American Sociological Review defines the mental load as anticipating needs, identifying options for filling them, making decisions, and monitoring progress. In a nutshell, that means seeing an issue, figuring out how to address the issue, and then addressing the issue. Welcome to Tend Tasks YouTube channel, The Art and Science of Tending, a video podcast series that aims to help busy modern couples who want to have an equal partnership but don't know how. I'm Felicia Kashivaroff, a relationship equity coach and the founder of Tend Task, where I merge technology with relationship coaching to create a future where couples tend to each other rather than getting lost in the tasks of daily life. In our journey together, we'll explore evidence-based strategies that are not just theories, but practical tools for building equal partnerships. Relationships don't exist in a vacuum. They're influenced by larger systems, societal norms, and our own individual experiences. We'll dig into those systemic factors as well as the subtle personal experiences that individual couples face. Whether you're looking to deepen your relationship, find balance, or simply explore the fascinating world of relationship dynamics, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about the mental load, a term that comes up again and again in my work with couples who want to build balanced, equal partnerships. Managing the mental load is one of the most common areas where many couples start to get off track. It's really hard to get your partner to agree to make changes when they don't understand what you're talking about. So what is the mental load and how do you explain it to your partner? Let's look at 6 steps to help you and your partner get on the same page. Beginning with step number 1, a definition. The American Sociological Review defines the mental load as anticipating needs, identifying options for filling them, making decisions, and monitoring progress. In a nutshell, that means seeing an issue, figuring out how to address the issue, and then addressing the issue. But we can dig even further into what the mental load is by splitting it into 2 distinct areas: cognitive labor and emotional labor. Cognitive labor means all of the things we think about that need to be done, like scheduling a doctor appointment, following up on paperwork, remembering what you have in the fridge, and then meal planning, etc. You get the idea. Emotional labor, on the other hand, is tending to the emotional well-being of your child, your partner, your friends, or your family. This might mean noticing if your partner's energy is off or if they're withdrawn. It might be reflecting on whether your baby's getting enough tummy time or too much screen time, and then making adjustments to meet their anticipated needs. The second step is that the mental load is a necessary part of being an adult. Part of becoming an adult is moving away from having your parents anticipate your needs and meet them to anticipating your own needs and meeting them yourself. This is commonly referred to as executive functioning, which is defined as the ability to initiate and stop actions, to monitor and change behavior as needed, and to plan future behavior when faced with novel tasks and situations. Pretty similar to the definition of what the mental load is, right? But even though the mental load is even often thought of in relation to gender dynamics, the truth is that we all have a mental load. The mental load we all experience is super challenging, especially in these difficult times. And if you're neurodivergent, you may have extra challenges with your personal mental load. However, when you add more people to your care, like children, pets, or extended family members, you add much more complexity to the management of the mental load. If both partners in a relationship don't pick up their share of the mental load, it becomes a huge burden on one partner. That leads to anger and resentment. Step number 3. The mental load is hard to share. So the physical work of caring for a household and family is well understood because it's visible. It's easy to see if the dishes have been washed or if the laundry has been done. And it's easier to share those tasks more equitably because the work is tangible. Now, that doesn't mean that couples don't need help balancing those chores, but it's easier to see when the work has been completed. On the other hand, the mental load is an area where many couples struggle to find balance. There are 3 factors that make the mental load so hard to share. Number 1, it's invisible, meaning that the work takes place internally, so it can't be observed as it's happening. Number 2, it doesn't have boundaries. The worry and planning follow you everywhere, spilling over into work, rest, and leisure time. And number 3, it's never ending because the work of caring for ourselves and our loved ones is ongoing. Step number 4, the mental load will ruin your relationship if not addressed. This one comes from my own personal experience and the experience of millions of couples. An unbalanced relationship is one of the most toxic influences on relationship health, and there are a lot of statistics to back this up. We've all heard of the approximately 50% divorce rate in the US, but did you know that another 10% of married couples permanently separate and never divorce? And another 7% live with a chronically unhappy marriage. That means that only about a third of marriages are happy and healthy. We also know that women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces, typically because they have been carrying too much of the mental load for too long, and their partner doesn't think change is important or is simply unwilling to help carry the load. Now, marital satisfaction also takes a huge hit when couples become parents. A number of longitudinal studies have shown declines in relationship satisfaction following birth. One study showed a precipitous drop in 70% of couples, and another study showed that almost 1/3 of partners fall into the clinical range of marital distress during the first 18 months after birth. Researchers at the University of Melbourne published the results of 2 studies of women who were partnered with men and had children. The researchers found that performing a large proportion of household labor was associated with significantly lower sexual desire for a partner. Step number 5, all genders are equally capable of carrying the mental load. There is no biological difference in the ability to manage the mental load. Men, women, and gender nonconforming folks are all equally capable of anticipating needs and providing quality care and emotional support. But this requires practice. The reason it seems that women are better at managing the mental load is typically because they're spending more hours doing it. When men have equal opportunities to provide care, they are equally capable. That means in a heterosexual relationship, women need to step back to allow their partners to take on equal responsibility. And male partners need to step up fully without seeking guidance and support for daily routine activities. Step number 6, the mental load must be shared equitably to have an equal partnership. Step number 6, the mental load must be shared equitably to have an equal partnership. If you want to have an equal partnership, you must find a way to balance the mental load equitably. The good news is that a balanced relationship has tons of amazing benefits, like a more harmonious home life. When both partners contribute, your life runs more smoothly and there are fewer pain points that can lead to conflict. There's also no manager-employee dynamic. When both partners are capable and empowered to do necessary tasks, you see each other as equals, which is much more mature and satisfying for each of you. It also offers enhanced communication and understanding of each other. Sharing the mental load with your partner increases your opportunities for healthy communication and allows you to understand your partner's strengths and weaknesses better. And finally, it offers better intimacy and connection. Studies show that egalitarian couples have better and more satisfying sex lives. But what do you do if your partner isn't receptive? I often have people come to me eager to share the mental load of caring for their household and their family. Often when those clients come to me, they know that the dynamic of their relationship is unsustainable, but they don't know how to change it. They're desperate for their partner to hear their frustration, see the impact of their work, and engage with them to do things differently. When I ask what's holding them back from sharing the mental load, I usually hear some variation on the following. My partner would never agree to this. They don't think this is a problem. They already think they're doing enough. They think I'm being unreasonable. And this is temporary because the kids are little. Well, I'm here from the future to tell you that this issue does not resolve itself. An unbalanced relationship does not just get better without an intentional intervention. To help couples get to the starting line, I created a mini course that uses evidence-based tools to give you everything you need to get clear on why change is important, to communicate that effectively to your partner, and to set you up to take action to make real, tangible change in your relationship. This course is inexpensive and takes under an hour to complete. Here's what you can expect. In the first lesson, you'll explore your personal reasons for wanting change. It's not about feeling overwhelmed. It's about seeking a partnership where both parties contribute equally. You'll learn to articulate these reasons clearly, creating a vision that highlights the benefits of sharing the mental load to both of you. The second lesson, I'll teach you exceptional communication skills so that you have the skills to express your needs openly and honestly. You'll also learn the importance of active listening, and I'll prepare you to handle common objections and misunderstandings. The final lesson offers a roadmap to begin the transformation in your relationship. I'll outline many of the tools you can use to achieve a more balanced partnership so that you and your partner can move straight from understanding into action. Enrolling in the mini course, How to Get Your Partner on Board for a More Balanced Relationship, is a proactive step towards addressing what the mental load looks like in your relationship. It's an investment in your partnership's future, laying the groundwork for more balanced, harmonious, and fulfilling life together. I'll link to the course in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me for the art and science of tending. I'll see you soon with more tips for building balanced, joyful relationships.